we're starting on the walls. So hopefully this will be a lot easier. It's at my level, so, and a nice big platform to work on. Everything's cool, everything's set up properly, so on with that. Я поставил, ты просто... Ну, можешь вместо... Давай вместе. Ском. Evening YouTube. Well, that's the end of this day. It's been a long day. The studs were in that you saw in the previous video, and we've started on the wall we've put up today, and we've got another one ready in the wings to go up tomorrow morning, hopefully. There's a bit more work to do on it yet, but that doesn't take long. So it's raining, so it's calling it quits for the evening, and it's raining. It's forecast rain tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But it's only for one day, and then after that it's sunshine again for the best part of the week. So see you tomorrow. Good morning YouTubers, it's day 12, and starting on this bit here. I've got a good bit done already, and it's supposed to have been rain today, and it's bright sunshine, so weather forecast got it right again. So I just wanted to share a bit of this important piece of this wall with you now. If you're building these walls, there's a diagonal brace got to go on this. There's actually on the other wall as well, but that'll be put in after. But on this one, there's got to be a diagonal brace put in right now. Now, okay, it looks nice and square, it's all great, and I can just stick that diagonal brace in now, but no, that would be a big mistake. What you've got to do is get yourself a little program, and I'm going to insert a screenshot of the program into the video now, because I can't get a good shot in daylight from the other phone. So I'll put that little program in. It gives, basically it calculates the length by the width and gives you a diagonal measurement. Now, according to my plan, I have to follow the plan exactly where that diagonal bracing is going, because it goes at 45 degrees. So it's important it's in the exact right spot. So I have to measure that and calculate those. And that little program really helps it, so I'll insert that. Some other few things before I put this wall up that I'm going to share with you. Under here, between this bit here and the bottom of the wall, this should be insulation, and I'm going to take you around and show you that now. So this is the insulation that I'm putting in, this stuff here, and it goes on the floor joists, and then the wall goes on top, and it creates this seal along this. I'm trying to get this sun's right in my face here. I'm creating my own shadow, but anyway, it creates this seal between the wall and the floor. And if you haven't got that in, you will get an horrendous draft coming through there, through the bottom of the walls, and it'll make your house really cold. So it's important that that insulation is in. Any wood on wood joints. There's also something else I'm going to do, but it'll come later. If you can look on here, some of these are just a little bit, there's a little bit of gaps in there. A little bit of gap in, you can't get your finger in there, but there's a little gap there where the wood is bowed and whatever. And it's basically everywhere. You see here as well. So what I'll do before that's insulated, what I'll do is come around with the old spray foam and just make sure any little gaps are completely sealed up, so there's no cold drafts getting into the house. There's no point in putting insulation in here and then having a big gap in there. That's got to be sealed up. And also, before this wall goes up, there will be insulation on here and insulation on here. So when that butts up against this gap here, between this wall and this, will have insulation. So there's no draft's going to come into there. It's an important thing to do. A lot of houses, you see, they chuck them up and they don't bother with that, and then consequently the house is cold, it's drafty. Before I set the diagonal bracing on this, I need to make sure it's completely square. So I've worked out the diagonal as 495. Let's see what happens. 4 meters, 95 centimeters. This one is 498 and a bit. This one is 491. This corner this way a bit, like that. Now let's see. Was 491 and now we're on to nothing. Try that again. Now we're on to 494 and a half. And that way, try the other way. Is now 494 and a half. So it's within half a centimetre square, and basically it's square now. So you can see, just by moving one of the corners, you can square up the frame. I'll put a little link to that program and a screenshot of how I did it in the video in a minute. It'll be down there somewhere. And now I can put the diagonal bracing in. Now it's very specific. I'll show you the plan. It's very specific where the diagonal bracing, hopefully I'm getting this. It's very specific where the diagonal bracing has to go. so it has to be put in correct. As you can imagine, this is backwards. It'll go that way around if you like, Rain. But that's a diagonal brace there. What I also do is mark up this diagonal brace so that I know exactly where it's going to cut, so I know exactly where it's going to go. There. So now I can cut this diagonal bracing down into the right size and then start on this, and I'll show you how I do it. First, simple cuts across to cut this into shape. So next I want to set my depth gauge on this. You can imagine, hopefully I'm getting this on camera. So I need to set the depth gauge on this so that it only cuts the depth of this when I'm cutting the diagonals out. So for that, there's a little screw button on here, and I can just lower that down, he says, until I get the correct depth. That's set now to the depth. That's a little bit deep in it. Shut that up a bit. So there we go. We're at the correct depth. So all I do now is turn the camera so I can see it. Get it a bit closer. So all I'm doing is where I've marked it, here and here, here and here, is cut that down loads and loads of times and then knock that bit out. So there we go, first one. That's the first one. They're cut at the same depth, so it should be because we're just knocking them out. You can knock them out with anything, really. There you go. If you get some there, it won't go. You can cut that in half again. Then you can use a chisel or an axe like this to just make sure it's any bits are removed. So you get a nice smooth finish. This is my first trial of this piece of timber. You can see over here I've just not got it quite on. I just need to slice that a little bit, so mark it and cut it, and then it should drop in there. So I'll leave this on. Let's give this a quick spray. And try it again. There we go. just about perfect. Perfect in. So, like I said, just check everything's in line. It is. I would still, I mean you can't see it from here, but on the back side probably there's a little bit of a gap in places, and this is what you don't want. So basically remove it. It's a fairly old tight fit, and a little bit of spray behind each piece. Give yourself a good joint. Well, that went a bit wrong, didn't it? It's stuck open. Nice one. Managed to get it all sprayed anyway. I'll sort that out later. Meanwhile, get this in before it does dry. Ah, a little bit I've missed. So I have to go for it. Still a bit. Still not wanting to seal up, is it? Ah. What's going on there then? Now I've got spray foam everywhere and the spring has just belted out the back of it. Anyway, sort that out later. Once you've got them in, then nail it up. You should be looking at 2 or 3 nails per piece. No, I prefer 3 to be honest. Wall is that. After that little adventure, I'm now going to leave that to dry for a little while because that is sticky and it's horrible and it's everywhere. I don't want to touch it, get all over yourself. Horrible stuff. But happens, doesn't it? Sometimes these things happen. So next, while I'm waiting for that to dry up a bit, and it won't take long in this weather, I can put in the insulation along there and up that wall there to make sure we get a good solid connection. So I'll go and get that. So my next thing is to insulate this this bit here and these bits to stop gaps in the thing and stop possible drafts. And it comes in big reels like this, and this is called jute. I'm not sure what that is in English. It's probably flax or something. It's a natural material. All you do is run it down, and I've got blooming spray foam everywhere, and staple it in place. Right, so já postavím speciální štuku teda. Sekunda. Raz, dva, tři. Teda. Okay. So. YouTube as well, it's the end of the day, another long day, but we did achieve something, so I'll flick around and show you what we've done. This is what we've got done today. It's actually quite dark, but the video seems to be showing up quite well. That's the wall that we put up today, already all sprayed, all blah blah blah. This is the place for that wall already, and as you can see where the two walls are joined, insulated, and all along the bottom as well. So the next wall we're putting up is actually going to be this one here. I'll show you up now. Off camera I did a little bit of extra work. I've got this frame here ready. Well, it's not ready, it's just a lot more to go into it yet, but it's partly done. And I built a nice little table, bench, whatever you call it, so that I can put my saw on there and use that for the studs in the wall. And it's nice and high, so I don't have to bend over it, and also it's at a height where I can use it for when I'm putting in the Verkhney Obязка, which will go on once the outside walls are in place. So quite a lot today. That wall was quite heavy lifting, but me and the wife did it easily, and so yeah, so far so good. I'll see you tomorrow. Ready for the next bit of wall we'll be putting up shortly, once I've got a little bit of work to do on it, and then so on with the day. This insulation comes in different thicknesses and widths. I really want the thin stuff for what I'm doing. This one's 150 millimeters or 15 centimeters, and in between each, this piece here is going to have 3 pieces in, all put together. So between each piece I want a piece of this insulation so that there's no gaps and no drafts can come through. This is the doorway. Certainly don't want drafts around the doorway. Once I've got a piece in position and it's all nice, I can clamp it in position before nailing. You can get the clamp on. Nice and tight. I did have 3 clamps but one broke, so I'm managing with 2. I just nail it through. And that's how you create these great thick pieces of timber, and without any gap, without any place where drafts are going to come through. Very important thing to do. A lot of houses you see are not doing that, and the result is they get drafts around the doors and they're wondering why. That's exactly why. You could also replace this with spray foam if you wanted. You could do one or the other. This tends to be cheaper and very effective. This will withstand any draft at all, whereas Penna, the spray foam, has various cold properties that could have certain degrees. Obviously the lower the temperature, the more you'll pay, where this is kind of universal, goes at any kind of temperature. This doorway should only have a single piece of wood in there and then one upright in there, but in experience it's probably a bad idea to just put one piece of wood in there. Cush you. So I put double headers in, so another piece of timber in there, then an upright, and that way then, I mean this is a doorway so it's not going to do anything, but that way, especially on windows, it's like putting a lintel in a brick house. You don't get sagging windows, you don't get stuck windows, etc, etc. So you know, when you put a single piece of timber in, then a great big window, then you wonder why the window won't open or it's cracked or whatever. That's the reason. Not putting headers, double headers in. So that's next. Hello YouTubers, well this is the end of day 13. Bad boy, haven't done much today. It was just, the sun was absolutely blazing down on me. I was like, I can't do much today. So, but we did do a bit this morning and a bit this evening. So I should give you a quick look of what I've been up to. So this is today's activities. Was obviously I put that wall up that I didn't video, but anyway, that's life. But that's all secured now, and of course now I had to put in separately because basically what happened was I split the wall into two to make it lighter to lift, and I forgot about this diagonal bracing. So if I'd have had my brains, I'd have made the wall a bit that way. But anyway, so I had to put it in, then cut these two bottom ones in by hand, but no big deal. It's in, it's safe. And the most important things on these types of construction is that you've got insulation between the pieces of wood. If not, that will blow a gale through there, even with membrana on and all the rest of it. And up here as well, same thing, insulation between the two pieces of timber so that you don't get that. And of course, where the walls join, insulation, and of course on the floor. Very, very important. So this is what I'm up to today. I brought some more timber across, and this is, I started on this next frame, which is 4 meters, which is a bit of a handful for me and the wife together, but I think we can do it. It's not, shouldn't be that heavy. Like it, same as that, we'll leave the window out and do that later, so that it's and also if you put the window in later, you can put a laser level on and get them all at the same height, if the windows are at the same height, that is. So yeah, that's the frame. Tomorrow morning hopefully we'll bang that in, and that'll be that all completed. And then once that's in, then we're going to turn our attentions to some of the inside walls. So this inside wall here will be coming in, probably maybe the toilet and corridor wall will come in, the bathroom wall will come in. We'll do all that, and the reason simply is that if I run out of timber or run out of nails, one or the other, this stuff's going to be free floating. It's going to be here all winter, and I don't want it to go over. So So if I do the internal wall, it'll be secure, won't go anywhere, and I can probably put on the top plate as well, or verkligen bjälska. Okay, so that's today's progress. That's today's progress. Didn't do much. It was very, very hot, so I retreated to the Butovka and hid in there for a while. Had a little nap while the sun. It's just, this really is a sun trap. And I was moaning about the weather, and now I'm moaning about the sun. So, like a woman, can't be pleased. So anyway, tomorrow hopefully get a bit more done. And I'm in no rush. I have a lot to do, so there's no point in thrashing myself and then burning out kind of thing. So might as well just take my time and plod along and get it done. YouTubers, and we're on day, I think, 14, and guess what? The sun is out trying to kill me yet again. But anyway, I'll turn you around and show you what I'm up to today. So I just thought I'd show you this before I do it. This piece of timber here is perfectly usable. Nothing wrong with it, but it does have a little bit of the skin on there, all the way up on both sides, tiny bit, but it's perfectly fine inside a wall. But it has to be cleaned first, so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So this is the thing I'm using, angle grinder with a sanding disc. This is not a new disc, but it'll do the job. Doesn't matter how old it is really for this. Just an old disc will do it. So I'll show you how to do it. So that's how you can clean it off. I'm not sure if I can get it without the sun right in my face, but that's how you clean it off anyway. And that timber is now perfectly usable, but if you do that, don't forget to spray your timber. YouTubers, so this is a hot day, a long hot day again, but I did get some progress done, so I'll turn you around and show you what I've been up to. So this is the wall that I was going to put up, and now it's up. So there we go, one more wall done, and so that's what we've got so far. Oh, dog helping out. So yeah, wife keeping it all clean. She's over there sweeping. Better to keep your work area clean actually, so you don't step on nails and things. So, but anyway, that's it. Another day done. Tomorrow's activities is that wall there. That back wall there, or part of. That's the plan tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. Good morning YouTube. So I think we're on day 15 and going on to the back wall today, so follow along. Yeah, so I thought I'd insert this bit into the video about these cheap Chinese knockoff tools that we're getting here now. What's good and what's bad about them. What's good? They'll do the job, just about. 150 by 50s they struggle with. They will cut through, but they're a bit slack. What does happen is you get two of these batteries with it. They've got that little indicator on that is about as useful as nothing. They get hot very quickly, and in the hot sun here, they've got a thermo cutoff, and they just stop working. So you can't recharge them and you can't use them. So the best way to use one of these is to keep swapping out the battery, do a couple of cuts, swap out the battery, put it on charge, let it cool down, and keep it, certainly, I've got one down here on charge all the time in the shade, so that you never, so they don't get too hot. That's the first thing. What else about it? Look here, your hand in here, this digs into your hand here, and I bent it back as far as I could, but so you need to get hold of it at the back there. stop it from digging into your hands. Very, very small amount there, look. You really need to be careful of that. Some other bad things. This thing is, yeah, quality 0. Just about does it. Gets in the way more than anything. If you can imagine the angle of the cut, this, you know, constantly moving, so you need to be constantly checking that that's at 90 degrees if you're cutting 90 degrees. I would say for cutting lengths down, this will be useless. You won't get 6 meters out of this. You might get 25 mil, you might cut one down, but 150 by 50s, you're pissing in the wind, you might say. You have no chance. So Makita, it ain't Makita. Some generic Chinese knockoff. But I knew that when I got it. It was my default is broken, and so I can get it fixed. This is just a temporary. I mean, 6,000 rubles. What's that in dollars? 60 quid, 60 pounds, or $60 roughly. Does the job, but for professional use, no way on earth. It's right if you're taking time like me, you're building. You can move to it. You can have a cup of tea while the batteries cool down. But a professional, no way on this earth is it useful. If you're a professional builder or you're building lots of houses, you need to go and buy the original and lots of batteries. But yeah, basically okay for light work at home. Oh, so I'll just show you what I'm about to do. So this is going to be the window. If you can imagine, this is kind of upside down. So if you're looking at it this way, the window's up there. But anyway, underneath it, for this structure is going to be 3 pieces put in there, making a total of 4, and then 2 pieces here. So another one here. So between each piece, you've got to have some of this insulation. If you don't, once again, wind will gale through there in the cold Russian winter. So again, it's time consuming, but that's the difference between quality housing and being just thrown up. So I'll give you a close up of this so you can see. Remember, this is upside down, so if you can imagine when it's flipped up, the window goes to the top. So as you can see, we've got 3 or 4 pieces there, and then you got 2 pieces here, and each one insulation in between, and of course sprayed. Next is this diagonal bracing, ukosina in Russian. Has to be cut into the timber now. It's a long old process to do that with a battery saw, so I'm expecting that to take probably an hour to do that, the one piece. So enjoy. Kita gotow no. Oh, good evening YouTube. I forgot to record this earlier, so I'm recording it now. I'm editing the videos every day, so I forgot to add this in, sorry. So it's night time, but we've got the wall up today, as you can see. So just quick look at this. I'll flick around and have a quick look at it now. So that's the wall up. You see that's the moon up there. Where is it? There's the moon. So that's the wall up today, and tomorrow is on with the next bit of wall right there. So see you tomorrow.